would find a full set of human bones buried under some dirt. But what makes this find so disturbing?
Bro, what is with these killers hiding human bones and remains in basements? In dark abandoned basements and stuff that's never been opened? What's with that? Why is y'all hiding human bodies and all type of stuff in basements? Reacting to chilling scares, bro. And I'm not even going back, bro. This stuff seemed real scary, bro. I don't think I ever really reacted to scary stuff on my last channel. So, bro, we need to start reacting to more scary stuff, bro. You know how Corey Kitchen be having the spooky, scary Sundays, bro? We need to be having days where we just reacting to spooky stuff and stuff that's extremely scary, bro. We need to start having days where we do certain series and things of that nature. You feel me, chat? That's just the way I think of my YouTube stamp. I ain't even going back, bro. It's been 6 days since I recorded the video, but I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I've been sick, bro. Yesterday, I didn't have me, bro. I had the runs yesterday, bro. I understand y'all don't want to hear about this, bro. But that taco got me fucked up. Bro, the taco had me fucked up. You feel me, bro? Without further ado, bro, we gonna get right into this video. 3, 2, 1. 3 most disturbing things found in basements. Okay.
This first discovery happened to multiple students of Ohio State University back in September of 2013. The group of students only recently started leasing an off-campus house close to the school, and it was in this house where they would make a disturbing find in the basement. Only a month after moving in, the students would start to notice small yet strange occurrences in the house. Things like cupboards, their oven, and even their microwave being left open. The house was 3 stories, with 5 students on the first floor and 10 others on the second and third, so obviously it was difficult to keep track of everyone. But when they realized none of them were responsible, they decided to search the house, more specifically the basement. What they found was a locked door, which they had originally assumed was a utility closet.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first moved into this crib right here, bro, the attic, bro, no one in their life has ever went into the attic, bro, besides the landlord, bro. Bro, tell me why the first time I ever moved in here, bro, I literally heard something walking upstairs in the attic, bro. And I was home alone, bro. I literally heard something walking upstairs by, bro. It wasn't no little tiny steps like it was a mouse or a squirrel. No, it was heavy steps. It was like, no, hold on, what am I doing? It was like, it was walking upstairs and I'm hearing, I'm like, what's that noise?
Though at no point in time was this confirmed, and after calling the landlord about it, they were informed this wasn't the case. The door should not have been locked for any reason. The landlord would end up sending a maintenance worker to check it out, and after breaking down the door, a room that was clearly being lived in was revealed. The room had framed photos and school textbooks scattered around. The students would change all the locks that night and leave a note for whoever was living in the room saying to call them. The man would actually end up calling the number and later be removed from the household. It turns out the guy was a cousin to one of the house's previous residents, which is how he got a key in the first place. One of the students even recalled running into the man in the basement at one point earlier in the month and asking who he was, but only to be met with a very vague answer. Ultimately, the students would blame the leasing company of the home for the incident, as they were responsible for failing to change the locks from the year before. In June of 2020, a man named Christopher Town would make a life-threatening discovery while helping his friend move furniture in his basement. Unknown to both of them at the time was the fact that the house itself was built over a well. And so at one point, when Christopher was making his way across the room, the floorboards just underneath him would snap, which caused him to fall the 25-foot drop to the bottom. Fortunately, there was water at the bottom to break his fall, though this meant Christopher would have to use the rocks on the wall to hold his head above the water while he waited for the local fire department to arrive. And to make things worse, the water itself was at an extremely low temperature. Though, after only a few minutes, the fire department was able to successfully get Christopher out using a hauling system. And other than almost getting hypothermia, Christopher would make it out unhurt.
Hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. First of all, why is the water at the bottom of your basement, bro? Like, where does that lead to? The sewer or something, bro? Like, I'm literally just thinking like that, bro. Second of all, bro, why is there a hole in your basement? Like, there's something you walk on. You just walk into your basement floor and you just randomly fall inside of a hole. Like, bro, there's a hole in my basement floor, but that leads to the septic system outside, bro, for the toilets, bro. And there's rocks on the side of the wall. For real.
Mike Carroll was a man who lived in a small house in Lake Grove, New York, which was the same house he had grown up in. Mike was 57 at the time, and only a few months prior had purchased the house. Though, while he was in the basement, Mike would make a disturbing discovery. he would find a full set of human bones buried under some dirt. But what makes this find so disturbing?
Bro, what is with these killers hiding human bones and remains in basements? In dark abandoned basements and stuff that's never been opened? What's with that? Why is y'all hiding human bodies and all type of stuff in basements?
Matched the DNA of his father. When Mike was only 8 months old, his father was said to have gone missing. And throughout his childhood, he would question his mother about this.
No. This man's father did not get off and put it to his basement, and then reluctantly he just moved into the basement of the same place where his father was tragically offed. No, bro. That's messed up, bro.
But each time he was given a different story. So, of course, this made Mike want to find out for himself what had really happened to his father, which is what gave him motivation to buy his childhood house in the first place. The newly found bones would obviously cause blame for the disappearance to be shifted onto his mother, though she had unfortunately passed away 20 years prior.
Hey,
so
bro.
There's no way of confirming if she was
responsible. This man grew up with no parents in his life. Mama passed away, his father passed away, and on top of that, he found his father's remains in his basement of his new crib. Something gotta be off with this, bro. Somebody is doing this, bro. Somebody really bad, either in his life or around him, is doing this that he's never met before.
Responsible or not.
Or that he knows.
Therefore, what really happened will forever be unknown.
You haven't listened?
Oh my God,
you type
who cares,
it in,
bro? Come
and then
on.
you go
Get to the video, get to the video. Okay, go.
In January of 2016, an appliance repairman was responding to a call from house owner Charles Price. Though, while the repairman was working in the basement, he would claim to have noticed something moving in a covered container in a back corner. Curious, the repairman would lift off the cover and be met by a 200-pound alligator. But before running, the repairman would capture multiple...
Why is the alligator? Y'all just be putting anything in basements nowadays, bro. I bet not find no alligator in my basement. I bet not find nothing in my basement, bro.
Proof to show the police. It turns out the house owner had the alligator for more than 20 years and was supposedly using it to help him with the house's mouse infestation. He would illegally keep the creature in a cage in his basement and claimed to occasionally take him out into his backyard. Shortly after the repairman made the report, the alligator was confiscated by local animal control and later released into a better environment.
Okay.
This discovery was posted to Reddit by an account under the name Daily Dish. In the post, the Redditor explains how a few years ago they shared a house with some friends, and in the first few months of living in the house, they hadn't spent much time in the basement. The basement was half finished, with the other half being a sort of dirt crawl space that extended under the porch of the house. They went on to explain how one night they decided to explore it more thoroughly, and after grabbing a flashlight, they discovered a black canvas duffel bag in the very back of the dirt crawl space. Disturbingly, in the duffel bag were 2 black ski masks, a hunting knife, and a single black leather glove.
Oh, hey,
the Redditor went on to explain.
I ain't gonna lie, at that point, bro, you gotta call the FBI for all this information right here, bro. Bro, all this stuff needs to be reported to the FBI. I'm calling the cops, bro. I'm calling the popo. If I ever find anything in my basement or my new crib, bro, and it's bad to the point where it could lead to a person being off and information of that nature, now I'm calling the popo. I'm not even gonna lie. Calling 911, bro. Real talk.
How they decided to call the non-emergency police number and report the discovery. Though the police weren't interested, and therefore the house owners decided to set fire to everything but the hunting knife. Whether that bag had any relation to any sort of criminal activity is still unknown to this day.
These are really short stories, I'm not even going back.
This next discovery comes from a guy who moved into a studio apartment in England. The guy claimed to have moved into the apartment without even viewing the place, and on arrival he would discover something pretty disturbing.
So here's the apartment I moved into last week.
Bro, I thought there was somebody back there looking directly at him, bro. I literally thought that.
It's pretty small, pretty nice. Rent was pretty cheap, so I moved in without even viewing the place. And then when I got here, I realized why the rent was so cheap.
The guy then goes on to give a tour of the apartment, and after a while, this sort of trapdoor on the floor can be seen.
Got a bathroom, pretty standard. And then we look down here. What's this? That's definitely a handle. So I figured, you know, a bit of underfloor storage. So let's lift this up. That looks like it goes down pretty deep.
Featured directly under this guy's apartment is some sort of dungeon-looking basement.
Walking in the steps.
Bro, why would you go explore it, bro? Close that thing back up, bro. Close that thing back up. You better go get something to seal that entire floor, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Coming down. We can see a corridor going off straight to the front. Interesting graffiti on the wall. Down here, this place is strange. There's like
If somebody wanted to trap somebody in this whole dungeon-looking place, bro, they definitely could, bro. That would probably be used as like a little bed for them to lay on, bro. Like, cause that's the only thing that's down there, bro. That's the only thing anybody can lay on really down there besides the floor, bro. I could literally see somebody being trapped down here, bro. This is crazy.
brick seat or bed.
Compared to the rest of the apartment, the area itself is pretty big, featuring many large rooms and corridors. What exactly this area was used for is unclear. Way back in 2002, a homeowner in Jefferson County, Wisconsin found out that the foundation of her house was deteriorating. And so in November, she would apply for a loan to repair the foundation. But around 2 weeks later, while away at work, she would get a call from the workers hired to do the repair, explaining how they came across a gruesome discovery. They explained that as they started to remove the soil from the foundation wall in her basement, they had unearthed the full skeletal remains of a body.
Oh my
The
god,
skeleton was determined to be that of a 50-year-old male. Most disturbingly though, is the fact that after further inspection, it was determined that the house had been built right on top of an ancient burial ground that's estimated to be up to 170 years old. Experts believe that in all likelihood hundreds more skeletons are within a close proximity to the one found. This
Bro, my stomach hurt, bro. Hold on, I'll be right back, Chad. Hold on.
would ultimately put a stop to the house's renovation altogether. In January of 2010, Wally and Linda DeForest would move into their new home in Goshen, Indiana. Though, only a week after moving in, the couple would discover a live torpedo in their basement, something they obviously weren't aware of beforehand.
Bro, what is this, Call of Duty? Why is it a whole missile in the basement? Like a little, missile bullet.
There had been no drill holes to indicate it had been disarmed. The couple would end up calling the police, who would send out a bomb squad to extract the torpedo from the property's basement. And luckily they were able to remove it without incident. But considering the squad did confirm the explosive was still active upon arrival, the whole situation just makes you think how much worse things could have really gone.
Alright, bro. That's the end of that video, bro. I'm not even going back, bro. People putting stuff in basements, putting alligators, missiles in basements, bodies, all types of stuff, bro. People is weird in this world. The world is crazy. It's a crazy place, bro. And anything can happen to you at any second, any day, any time in this world, bro. So be careful, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. These videos are low-key cool, bro. Comment down below if y'all want these type of videos some more, bro. I'm not even gonna back. I love recording YouTube videos because I feel like I can actually be myself on YouTube, bro. Yes, bro. I feel like I can truly be myself on the channel, bro. I feel like y'all gonna rock with me for me, bro. So without further ado, we're gonna end this video, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Y'all didn't miss out that like button, that subscribe button, that bell, you feel me? Hey, follow me on my Instagram. Everything that y'all need to follow me on is gonna be in the link description, bro. I think I said that last video, bro, and I don't think I even put the link down. And I think not that I did put the link down, bro. So make sure you follow my TikTok and my Instagram, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Peace out.